Boys, Straw from the Battlehammer here. How are you all doing? More importantly, what are we doing today? Well, it's unboxing time. And as you can see, it's something quite special today. The Cyclone of Shadows, a campaign set for Dystopian Wars. Now, you may wonder why I'm wearing a hat to cover my battle scars where I walked into a tree this morning. Anywho, so we've been waiting for this for a while, ever since we kind of heard the first murmurings about it. As I said, it's a campaign set. What do you want me to do? I'll do the box first. Now, I've already opened it for a reason. I had to get the book out because, as you can see, it's a fairly chunky book, and I wanted to have a quick squiz through so I could give you my first thoughts as we do the video. So I'll come to that in a minute. So let's get to the box. So as you can see, I've slitted it here down the side as usual. As I said, I don't like having to open these without you guys seeing me actually open it. However, I had to get the book out. So as usual, it's that damn sexy box, isn't it? Sexy boy. Right, so inside, what do we get? We get the usual map. Well, I say usual, it's a cracking map, isn't it? It's one of those things that you really do want to unwind, unfold, get on your wall, I say. So, great big map, handy for when you're doing your little campaigns and stuff. So, more importantly, what's in here? So I'm just going to pull that out of the way first. Right, you get, so that, what you are getting is 3 sprues of bits, which makes up 1, 2, 3 of your big rigs, and 1, 2, 3 of your smaller rigs, depending on how you want to assemble them, because they can be assembled in either the support way or the war, the gun battery way. Also on the sprue you get 1 wreckage token and 1 minefield token. So you've got 3 minefields and 3 wreckages, which is always good. So you get those built. You know what they look like when they're built up. They look awesome. They are really. I actually really do like those models. They are very, very nice. But more importantly, is you get an extra bits in here. And what that involves is, yeah, boy. Here we go. Oh, now those are quite nice. Islands. And those are actually fairly big. I was not expecting them to be that big for some obscure reason. I don't quite know why. As you can see, oh, where's my glasses? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they are very sweet actually. You can see there's like little emplacement on that one. Again, nice big rocks. Again, same with this one. Oh, don't you just want to get the STL files of these and scale them up and use them in Exodus? Turret there, and I believe somewhere, yep, there's 2 little turret tops, not turrets, but observatory windowy things that you can place onto those, which is quite nice. 2 smaller ones, again, where we just take this, one of these, whoop, out you come, yeah, and then you can just fix it into there. It's not quite going in there at the moment, so there's a little bit of flash on it, but you get the idea, don't you, for your island. You could probably squeeze a gun turret in one of these, I would have thought. So you've got one with the outlookings of a base on it. You've got another one that's got another circular point on it. Oh, they're nice and solid, they're not going to go anywhere. Another one here with a couple of readout on it, and another thing upstairs. 2 more little ones, again with these buildings placed on them. And this one, which is quite nice, which just got to remove some of the That's the first bits of flash I've actually seen so far on the models. What appears to be like a factory or a warehouse, and a little dock just down there, which is quite nice. So again, you can see you've got a little bit of flash just to remove, but you know, that's no hardship, is it? Those are really nice. I like those. Nice and solid. So they're what you get as well. But obviously, the most important thing that we're all waiting for is this extra little rule book, because everyone's wondering what's in it. Well, I can tell you what's in it. Words, pictures and numbers. Oh, you want more than that? Well, in that case, let me just shove those back in there. That's nice because it's a nice island set, and they will go well with the islands I've done, because I can put these actually on my islands. So, the book. It's a meaty rule book, to be fair. Although there's not as many rules in it as you expect when you see how thick it is, because it's one of those good things that Warcradle do where you get an awful lot of fluff. And you know us, we like our fluff. The bit I don't like, and I am going to scrub it out, is there's a nice little bit here where they mention all the people that have worked on it, blah, 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 blah. But it says development, and you've got someone called Matthew Parker. That's only our Parky, isn't it? Isn't that nice for him? Isn't it lovely for him? Yeah. They didn't say what his role is, and it's actually T-Boy. Anyway, so what is in this book? A little introduction to the actual event of what's going on. Then you get a little bit more of the story, and then it then begins to tell you like what all the factions are doing during this encounter, we'll call it. And it's all very interesting. This I do like though. It's all the dramatis person. It's all the important people that are actually going to have a part in this campaign. So it's all of the big leaders. Now what you can do is you can use these as patrons to give your fleets little bonuses. Now it's mentioned further in the book about them, about using them in your force somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, it's a page here, and what it's saying is you choose a patron when you're choosing your fleet. The cost and the rules will be in the appropriate fleet orbats. So I thought they were going to be in the book, but they're not. Which, to be fair, kind of makes sense. But then when you consider that after you get this lovely, I do like that picture as well. After that, you then get a section on each of them, telling you their stories and you know what they're up to during this little campaign. Would it have been worth just sticking the rules into here? Possibly, but then you've got to remember that because the way rules change so quickly these days, that means your book would be outdated fairly quickly, because rules will get changed. So obviously it makes sense to actually put them into the Orbats. Job done. So you've got old Abe Lincoln, you've got Victor, so I can't pronounce names upside down at the best of times, the Commonwealth, and you've got the Crown, so those are 2 pages I definitely have to read. This, I wonder if we can involve them. What's this one? That looks like Alliance or something. But again, I like it purely because it's fluff, it's background stuff. And as I said, you get 2 pages on each of them, and the art is really nice as well. You'd kind of want to see those figures in Wexodus, you know. There might be some quite fun things to do with that. Mycroft Holmes, yes. So then once you get through that, you get like Act 1. and it begins to tell the actual story of the unfolding events. So this will be March 1874, and events that happened in the Pacific, so Operation Cyclone breaks, etc. And then you get running engagement. This is all just stories and, you know, events of what are happening, which I think is awesome. I love that idea of just, here's a story. See, I haven't seen this picture before because I don't collect that fleet, but that's some great big flying dojo thing, obviously for the Empire. You lucky buggers. So you Act 1, you get Act 2, and it's just all amazing fluff, apart from any bits of Parker wrote. Then you get Act 3, which is then June 1874, which is lots of the getting to the end of the events. And again, I have not seen that picture. Ooh. Please don't tell me that's enlightened, because that really pissed me off. Or Sultan, and that's not Sultan, is it? Because they're... No. Then you get the epilogue, which is in December 1874, The Price of Victory. And there's just a few little bits of, you know, how the factions are at their current standing. A nice little campaign map, which again is something you don't really need, but it's always a lot of fun to have, because once you've read all this fluff, and that's a lot of fluff, you know, that's a good, what, page 60 to 114 worth of, you know, this event, which is awesome. So you can then see it all and work out, you know, where you want to put your battles and things like that, which I think is awesome. Then you get the play area guide, which I think just clarifies all of your open water, destroyed terrain, that sort of thing. Hazardous, yeah. All the usuals. Then goes on a bit about platforms as well, which is always good. Then you get your Patron bit. Then you get your new Fog of War rules, which are used in some of the missions. Now these are quite good. I've had a quick read through these. So for each attack made, all hit and heavy hits which are initially rolled are cancelled. This is before any exploding hits are applied. So all your shots, nope, because of the Fog of War, which is good. The Fog of War has no effect if you are within 5 inches, and there's a thing called bloom, which is if your target ship has already been firing that round, it's created a bloom in the mist where it's all lit up and everything, so you know your target's there, and you don't have to ignore your dice. You can just keep chucking them, which is awesome. I like that idea. But torpedoes and things like that don't cause bloom, obviously, which again is a nice little thing. Then the bit I was quite happy about, and I had been waiting for something like this, is desperate and perilous encounters. And what it gives you is extra mission types to play your game with. So you've got common missions, desperate missions, and perilous missions. So you roll your dice, and depending on which symbols you get, depends on which table you get, then you roll again down the side there, and you get your different missions. So your common missions, I think, are all the ones that we've played anyway. So Fog of War, Hold at All Costs, Salvage Rights, Oil Fields, Rule the Waves, The Tempest. I think those are all your standard ones. Then you get Desperate Encounters, and these begin to change things as well. So you get an Ambush one, a Dance with the Devil. Interesting on some of the setups as well, are different, and all your extra little rules are there as well. Escalation, The Rescue, that was quite fun. 3 points in the middle, obviously you've got to get to those ones. Then we get Research Station, something slap bang in the middle, deal with that. Saber Rattle. Oh, please don't tell me you've pinched the Italians' ability. That's one of their abilities, Saber Rattle. And then you get the perilous encounters. So you get live to tell the tale. That, I don't know, for each unit. Successfully retreats or something. So, and then you get survey. Again, you've got a little extra bit of stuff to do on the table, which I like. The Cyclone. Outpost assault. That should be quite fun because I didn't realise, because it's mentioned in here, but you can actually assault the rigs. And I'm like, oh, yes, of course, because they're just like boats, so get your ships in there, have all your jetpack men flying onto it. Now that is a Wild West Exodus mission, that is, isn't it? Have like some sort of oil rig thing set up and your little combat boats, all your men jumping onto it. Oh, suits you, sir. Yeah, I'd like that. So Cyclone, Outpost Assault, the Big Freeze, which is interesting because you've got calm skies, thick fog and sudden freeze, so the weather is obviously doing a big turn. That'd be quite fun to play. Eye of the Storm, and then there's a little section at the back for the Admiral's Tournament, which is basically a tournament structure, which I think is nice to see. So 4 to 8 players, 3 match tournament. Could I play 3 games of Dystopian Warzone in a row? Oh, because I do get brain fog after this game, because it's very tactical. I do have a lot of having to think about it, and I'm like, oh, brain hurts. But I think one day we'll try it one day. So you've got bits on that. And then there's a little tiny story bit at the back by some bloke called Chris Pond. I don't know who he is. Hello Pondy, how are you, mate? Yes. A little story. I haven't read it yet, obviously, but it's there. And I'll tell you what, that is a nice, solid feeling book. Beautiful art all the way through. I do like the whole patron things, and the rest of it is, as you can see them, they're all there. So you've got their little colours just on the side, so you know exactly the thing. What I would do is I'd probably get my Patreon rules, come out and stick them in there, because that way I'd know where they are. But yeah, so all in all, you get your islands, you get your rigs, you get, where's the back of the box? It'll be easier to show you. There you go. So as you can see, you get all that. You get your chunky old book, 3 of your minefields, 3 of your wrecks, your islands, pop, 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 and all your rigs. And as I said, the rigs are so much fun. I think we've only used them in a game once, and that was one where we were trying to keep hold of them. We weren't actually using them as our own bases or anything, but that might change, because I know that if you use them and you keep them alive, you get a victory point. So it's like having the civilians and everything in Wild West Exodus. Keep them secret, keep them safe. So there you go. That is your Cyclone of Shadows unboxing. I'll tell you what, when you get the box, the first thing you notice is how heavy it is, because you've got a lump of resin, that's quite heavy, and then you've got your sprues. Yeah, sprues aren't much, are they, to be fair? They're like light because they're plastic. But when you get them, your lump of resin in there, your chunky rule book, and your map, you know, that is a really nice, it's got a nice weight to it. And then when you open it, you think, ah. But then when you start reading it, I'm not going to tell you any of the spoilers of the story bits, but all I can say is, wow. It's good stuff. It is really good stuff. So there you go. As usual, it's a thank you to War Cradle for allowing us to get hold of this early and do an unboxing for them. But yeah, you will all be happy when this turns up. You really will, because it's something that you can use straight away. Any faction can use it, and that's got to be a bonus, hasn't it, really? So, as usual, hope you enjoyed that. Next one I'll be doing, I think this video got fairly quickly. The next one I'm doing will be going up slightly, I think, next week, and that's the Alexeyev. I can't even pronounce it again. The Alexeyev battle fleet, which is the one with the big plane thing. So that's my next unboxing. So hopefully you can come and join me for that. And as usual, thanks for watching, and until next time, remember to like and subscribe if you'd like to more. Subscribe if you don't like it, don't want to subscribe. You don't have to like and subscribe, but we would like it if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, stay hammered.